Oil just made one of the biggest moves in weeks, jumping from around $71 to $74 just before people have even woken up. If you're wondering why this happened or whether it has anything to do with the Middle East, and more importantly, what it means for your trades this week, then stay with me because there are a few things that the headlines aren't telling you, right? So I want to show you guys something here quickly, which is very, very important. And if you guys are new to here, welcome to the channel. And my name is Dylan, and on this channel I'll break down the biggest moves across crypto, stocks, commodities, and forex while showing you how to use Track My Trades IR and journal and improve your trading. So let's get straight into what happened overnight. So markets opened up the week with a sharp move higher in oil, with crude oil rally around about from $71 to $74, which is a significant move considering it happened in a very short amount of time. The main driver wasn't economic data. Instead, traders were reacting to fresh geopolitical headlines coming out of the Middle East. At the same time, social media exploded with posts claiming there had been major military strikes. Some of those posts came from unverified and parody accounts, so it's important not to assume every claim is accurate while events are still developing. Regardless of which reports prove accurate, the market clear priced a higher geopolitical risk, and that's what matters to traders. So why does oil rise during geopolitical events? Well, whenever tensions rise in major oil producing regions, traders immediately start asking the question, could oil supply be disrupted? The market doesn't wait for certainty, it prices in risk. If there's a possibility that supply could be affected, buyers often rush into oil futures, pushing price higher. This is exactly why geopolitical headlines can move markets so aggressively. Even if nothing changes immediately, traders are pricing in what could happen over the next coming days. So what does this mean for other markets? Now, this is where it gets interesting. When oil spikes like this, it doesn't just affect oil traders. It can impact inflation expectations. It can move currencies. It can create volatility across stock markets. And for crypto traders, it's something you should definitely be watching. If geopolitical uncertainty continues to increase, we often see investors becoming more defensive. That can create larger swings across Bitcoin, Ethereum, and broader crypto markets. It's one of the reasons why I pay attention to macro events before entering in positions, right? The chart might not look perfect, but one headlight can completely change the market sentiment, right? So personally, what I'm looking at, as you can see over here with the breaking news, it says the US has completely destroyed the IRGC headquarters in Iran. This was primarily the location from Iran, which Iran controlled the Air Force. The attack was so massive that surrounding buildings were completely destroyed and uncontrollable fire is raging. So like a lot of people were posting a lot of this stuff literally last night and this morning. So you can obviously, when we go into the oil price, I'll show you, it'll make a lot more sense. But obviously this is, and you can see with crypto, it's absolutely dumped so hard. So you can see with oil, this massive spike up over here, literally pumped from this open to here around about almost 5%, right? So it pumps super hard, and for a commodity and things like that, they don't normally pump as much, right? So you can see how price literally, it broke structure to the downside, looking bearish, holding previous resistance, and then what actually happened is we got a push higher, right? So it's super important to factor in these geopolitical risks, right? And you can see with Bitcoin, I even took sells today because the data obviously counted Bitcoin, right? We took a sell, and I'll show you guys on Track My Trades AI just now where that position was. But yeah, so what I want to speak to you guys about today is what we're doing with oil, right? Are we going to look for potential moves? So that's what we're going to discuss right now, right? I want to have a fresh, clean chart, and I want to show you exactly what I'm looking at, right? So if you look at oil on the weekly time frame, one thing to note is that we did actually tap such a key level right over here. Okay, so we tapped a really, really strong level at the $67 zone, right? And you can see if you take the Fibonacci from this low to the high, it is the 0.718 which got tapped plus the FEG of the bullish candle, right? So this is a strong zone for reaction, right, for a bounce. So traders could anticipate that this, we would get a reaction from the zone, but obviously the geopolitical risk and everything that's happening with Iran right now, it does affect the markets, and obviously oil does go up. So obviously that had a major catalyst towards the price of oil. But as you can see over here, we are bouncing quite nicely from the weekly time frame, and the daily time frame did break structure. So there is a good chance that oil can move higher, right? Something to watch out here is I'll probably watch this zone over here where I'll be looking for potential sells on oil in this region, right? The reason why that's important is because if you look at the weekly and the daily time frame, this is your resistance. So there's a good chance that oil pumps back up to this zone, and then we get a reaction from this level, right? So I will be looking for a short position at that zone. I wouldn't really take longs right now. I'm going to wait and stay patient to see if the market pumps up first, because structurally right now we did break this previous low and this low, so there is a good chance that we might be able to roll over here, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at for right now. Okay, so we'll see what happens, but it's very important to note and have a look at geopolitical data, right? Because obviously tomorrow we have like CPI, and we also have PPI on Wednesday. So having this news coming out before could even increase the price more for depending on the what the data comes out. So it's going to be quite a volatile week. We shall see what happens, of course, but it's going to be super volatile, and let's see. Okay. But if you guys are new to the channel and you guys did just join in, Track My Trades AI helps you with your trading, right? So essentially you have your dashboard, shows you your profit and loss on each trade or whatever, and basically it shows you your entry, it shows you pretty much everything. You can even have an AI mentor, so you can get like a review on your trade. So what you can do is just say analyze, and essentially it will literally analyze. It takes up to 1 to 3 minutes to analyze your trade, and it'll help you reviewing your premise, evidence, process, and counterfactoring against your strategy rules. So literally, if you explain to Track My Trades AI, this is my strategy, this is how I trade, then this will also be like, okay, well maybe you didn't look at this because you got it wrong, or maybe look at this next time when you trade, right? So a lot of factors. It helps your trading immensely, right? Because when you journal normally, some people don't even journal properly, right? They'll just be like, I entered here, I exited here, but they don't actually care. So you can see how partially aligned what went well. Small absolute capital risk produced a small positive outcome. The trade was closed quickly, which managed overnight extended exposure. What could improve? Lack of documented thesis, no stop loss or take profit, and no record exit reason reduced facility and risk control. Documentation gaps, missing pre-trade rational entry trigger. So you can see how the no stop loss and take profit, the reason why I didn't have that on the trade, because I was like live stream when I did like actually take this trade. So but it shows you pretty much everything, right? You must have a look here, and then you can do analytics as well. You can put your strategy in, your like the insights. So make sure you guys do check it out. The link is in the description. I've also done a full course on Track My Trades AI for you guys to look at. So make sure you check the channel. But basically, guys, I'm expecting something like this, right? So let me know what you guys think. Do you believe oil could start can it continue going higher this week, or do you think this move gets completely filled, right? What I mean by that is, does it get faded back down to the downside? Leave your thoughts in the comments, because I'd love to hear your opinion. And if you enjoyed today's breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next